Do you have to deal with that at all at school?
We don't, nothing, extreme. I mean, we have clubs we have a Pride Advocates Club.
What does that mean, pride?
That's what they call their club. I mean,
Oh, the homosexuals?
it's a gay club on campus.
I see. And what are they proud of?
I guess being homosexual.
And how do you feel about that? Should they be proud of that?
Yeah, nothing to do with me.
Should they,
It got nothing to do with me. So
should they be proud, as a Christian, should they be proud of that? Or should that be something they should overcome?
I can't necessarily say that's something that they have to overcome. I mean,
As a Christian, you can't say that?
see, that's why I was trying to define what Christian is, because I'm not the traditional Christian that is like a homophobe and things like that.
Christians are homophobe?
Yeah.
And why do you say that?
I mean, they wouldn't. Are you Christian?
Yes.
Okay, so like if you had kids in your household and they ended up being they grew up to be homosexuals, I mean, would you like that, or would you not care, or would you tell them like, no, I'm not really cool with that?
I would cancel them out.
Okay, so they would no longer be.
I would erase them from the map.
So they would no longer be your child.
Throw them out in the wilderness.
Well, then that's not unconditional love, is it?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Yes, guys, welcome to another very interesting edition of Culture War. Here, Jesse exposes how brainwashed the young college students are. And you see, the lefties are breeding sets of delusional people. Here, Jesse interviews this guy and they debated on interesting topics like the alphabet soup community, BLM, Antifa, racism, etc., etc. Very interesting topic, guys. Very interesting video. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Let's get into it.
I have with me Josh Daniel, president of the Black Student Union at Antelope Valley College in California. Thanks for coming, Josh.
Thank you for having me.
Do you believe human beings are in a fallen state?
I would agree with that. I would agree with that in terms of the environment and the atmosphere of the world that we're living in. There's a lot of crazy things going on right now.
Give me an example of crazy things that are going on now.
I would say in the top three right now, top three craziest things going on right now, I would say racism is a really big thing right now.
Racism?
Racism is a big thing right now. I would say California, if we're talking about California, I would say homelessness is a really big issue.
Sure is.
And then, I don't know, I'm pretty lost for that third one. It's a lot competing for that third spot.
And is it possible to overcome the fallen state?
That's out of humans' hands, I would say, to leave that one up to God on that one.
And speaking of God, you're a Christian?
What are we calling, let's define Christian. Are we defining Christian by an individual that follows Christ?
Are you a Christian?
We have to define what it is first.
So you don't know if you're one or not unless I define it?
because if it's saying that if a Christian is somebody that is trying to live their best life, right, trying to do good and things like that, yes, I'm a Christian. If we're going by those standards. If we're going by the traditional go to church every Sunday, go to Bible study on the Wednesdays type thing, no, I wouldn't consider myself.
So you're a Christian that doesn't go to church and Bible study?
No, I don't do that. I was raised Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, you were?
I was raised Jehovah's Witness until I was like 15.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
There's nothing to be sorry about.
That's worse than so-called racism, right? Would you rather be?
I wouldn't say that.
So you're 20. How old are you now?
20. I just turned 20, September 19th.
Really? Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Is it difficult being a Christian in college today for you?
No. If you have a pretty strong moral compass, you good. You know, if your ethics are on point, you know, you can't really be deterred too much. You know.
Do the enemies of Christianity know that you are a Christian on campus?
Who are the enemies of Christianity? Like atheists?
The Black Lives Matter, Antifa, the radical homosexuals, and those who hate God and hate Christians. Do you have to deal with that at all at school?
We don't, nothing, extreme. I mean, we have clubs we have a Pride Advocates Club.
What does that mean, pride?
That's what they call their club. I mean,
Oh, the homosexuals?
it's a gay club on
I
campus.
see. And what are they proud of?
I guess being homosexual.
And how do you feel about that? Should
Yeah.
they be proud of that?
Yeah, nothing to do with me.
Should they,
Ain't got nothing to do with me. So
should
I'm
they
not-
be proud, as a Christian, should they be proud of that? Or should that be something they should overcome?
I can't necessarily say that's something that they have to overcome. I mean,
As a Christian, you can't say that?
see, that's why I was trying to define what Christian is, because I'm not the traditional Christian that is like a homophobe and things like that. Christians
are homophobe?
Yeah.
And why do you say that?
I mean, they wouldn't. Are you Christian?
Yes.
Okay, so like if you had kids in your household and they ended up being they grew up to be homosexuals, I mean, would you like that, or would you not care, or would you tell them like, no, I'm not really cool with that?
I would cancel them out.
Okay, so they would like
I
no
would
longer
erase
be.
them from the map.
So they would no
I
longer be
would
your child.
Throw them out in the wilderness.
Well, then that's not unconditional love, is
No,
it?
I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I wouldn't accept the fact that they're like that, but I wouldn't resent them for being that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
it wouldn't be personal.
That's my thing. I'm not homophobic at all. I just really, their sexuality has nothing to do with mine.
Is it normal or abnormal lifestyle?
Is it biologically normal? No, because it's not. You can't reproduce with 2 men or 2 women.
Right.
But I'd say 2018, it's become normalized.
But in your opinion, is it a normal way of living or an abnormal way of living?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's really whatever they choose.
But what do you think?
It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what I think.
No, your opinion is important to you, right?
Yeah, to me, but
Right.
it doesn't
And so
really matter.
to you, is it abnormal or normal lifestyle?
Right now, currently, I would say that it's like I said, biologically, no, it doesn't work biologically. But I mean, whatever floats their boat. I can't. I really don't care enough to put my time and energy into what somebody else is doing with another
Right,
partner.
and that's good.
I don't. Yeah, it just
But is
doesn't
it a
affect me.
normal, abnormal lifestyle?
Oh, okay. You saying lifestyle?
Yes.
Currently, it is now.
But to you, is it normal or abnormal lifestyle?
Okay, what kind of answer do you want? You want a PC answer?
No, I want your honest answer.
I mean, if you want my honest answer, it's normal. I guess you could say.
So
it's normal.
you, Josh Daniels,
It's
say
been.
that,
I'll say this. It's been happening since jump. Since
right. But Josh Daniels says that living a lifestyle as a homosexual is a normal lifestyle.
yes,
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Is being a heterosexual, is that normal or abnormal?
that's normal as well.
Both are normal.
Both of them are normal.
Amazing.
Now they're considered normal now. Yeah,
I'm sorry?
they're considered normal now.
What is the purpose of the Black Student Union at Antelope Valley College? What is the purpose of that?
It may be a different purpose from when it started, because when I came there, it had already started like 5 years before that.
Okay. You're the president of it now, right?
Yeah. When I first came there, I was already like into it. But I would say, as a president, my goal or our mission statement is to kind of fix the gaps that are at our school. We are at a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution, right? The students are not predominantly white. The majority of the students are Hispanic. It's like 65% Hispanic
Really?
at Antelope Valley College. But the faculty and staff are like all white, right? So I also work at the college, and I work in the theater. And there was an event where they had all the faculty and staff just go over things that they need to know for the coming school year. And it's 400 something staff, 400, 500 staff, and I honestly can say it was about 30 black teachers, and not even teachers, just staff. They might not be teachers, they might be technical analysts, they might be whatever. But we just seen that the numbers of African American, not even African American, just minority teachers there are at a very low rate. So what we do is we try to nurture the black student and making sure that he is academically or she's academically successful while they're at an institution that the faculty and staff don't look like them.
Amazing. And how do you nurture them? What do you do exactly?
By letting them know that they have value and they have worth.
They don't know that already before they get there?
A lot of students don't.
Oh. And so do you guys believe that the white teachers would not let them know they have value?
No,
Or
we
they have
don't
self-worth?
think that all the white teachers are like, yo, we hate these black students. It's not, we don't think that, but I have I have directly heard teachers say things like that, but that's not the majority of white teachers
They
on
have said
campus.
things like what?
There's been teachers that are very, very open about not liking students of color and
What have they
women
said? Give me an
students.
example of what they've said.
I don't like black students on the campus.
So you've heard some white
Yeah.
teachers say,
'Cause
I don't like black students
Yeah, because
on campus.
since I work there, I go to different events and I'm in the inner school more than a traditional student that just goes to class and go home.
Right.
So I've definitely heard in meetings and things like that, well, maybe we shouldn't do this because that's not in our best interest. The teachers are saying that, but it's not about the teachers' best interest. It's about
And
the
they said
students.
that in front of you?
Yeah, I've
And
definitely
so
heard that.
if it's a negative, why would they say it in front of you?
Why wouldn't they? I mean, I feel that if they feel strong enough about something, they'll say it in front of anybody. You wouldn't denounce Christianity in a room full of atheists.
And so, but these teachers run the risk of getting in trouble. If they're saying, I don't like black students at the school in front of a black man that's the president of the Black Student Union
Right.
at Antelope Valley College, couldn't they get in trouble for saying that?
It depends on who else is in the room. Because if there are other people that believe that same thing,
Other white people?
it doesn't matter who it is. If it's other people that believe that they don't necessarily need to nurture a black student in their academic success and their academic journey, then they wouldn't get in trouble.
But I don't understand, they were not afraid that you would report them?
Some of them don't really care.
How do you know that?
Because they probably have been, of course I'm not gonna say any names, but there's teachers or faculty and staff that have been there for years, right? Years and years. And they have had complaint after complaint after complaint, but they're still there, right? So that obviously means that whoever they are reporting to and whoever is relaying the message that they are giving to their students,
Right.
that they co-sign that behavior.
Amazing.
See what I'm saying?
And so, what other thing you do as a Black Student Union? What is another purpose?
We want to make sure that we are heard, and we're trying to be the voice of the unheard black student on campus. There are a lot of students that just feel that their voices aren't recognized, and
Heard in what way? And by whom?
needs, I would say needs.
What are the needs?
For one, a big need is the type of teachers that we would like to have on campus. There are some teachers that it seems like they're there for like just a paycheck, you know? And they're really not enthused about the the subject that they teach.
Right.
So, and I feel like that goes around the board though, with white students, Mexican students, whatever.
Right.
You know, the teacher needs to be as enthused if he would like that to be reciprocated in class.
Do black students need black teachers at a predominantly white university?
Yes.
You do need black teachers. Why?
Yes, you need black teachers, you need Mexican teachers, you need Asian teachers.
Why?
Statistically speaking, students do better when their teachers look like them
Why?
because they can relate.
In what way?
For a perfect example, a few semesters ago, I had a African American history class, and the teacher was a white woman, right? Is she able to learn African American history? Of course. She has her master's in it. Of course she has the ability to. But I personally do not relate to what she's saying when we are talking about, she may say, oh, the struggle of the black man or the black woman, it's such a struggle, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, how would you know that? How would you know that, you know? So it's hard to relate to a teacher like that.
Really?
Yes.
So if black students need black teachers, why do you go to a predominantly white school with white teachers? Why don't you go to a black school?
Oh, I'm going to a black school. That's where I'm trying to go.
But
right
why
now.
do black kids go to a predominantly white school if they know they feel this way about the white teachers? Why not just go to a black school?
Well, it's not that simple. You can't just say, get out. You can't just graduate high school and say, oh, I just want to go here, so I'm going to go there.
But why even apply at a white school knowing you're not going to be happy, your needs are not going to be met, and if you feel your needs are not going to be met, why even apply at a white school?
Well, for Antelope Valley College, since it's a community college, it's much more easier to go to a community college and into a 4-year. It's cheaper that way. So it might be for financial issues.
And why did you go there?
First of all, I didn't even want to go to college, if we're being honest.
You did not want to go to college?
Oh, no.
Why did you go?
It started off with my father saying, I'm not raising no grown man. So, you know, and that's totally fine. I understand that.
Right.
He said, the only way you could stay in this house is if you go to college.
Really?
Yeah.
And so you went to college so you could stay at home with your parents?
At the time, yeah, because I finished high school when I was 17.
Oh, I see.
And I didn't have
Why didn't you just
or-
get a job at 17?
One job probably is not sufficient enough to keep me afloat
You
with
could
the
get
house
2
and a car.
jobs.
Yeah, but that's, you know, at the time I wasn't ready.
Oh, I
At
see.
17.
Are you ready now?
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go to another college
So
right
why don't
now.
you drop out of school and get a job?
Well, that's not, everything changed now. Since I started, it's been different now.
What are you majoring in?
I'm a theater arts major.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand why some black kids feel that white teachers can't teach them in the same manner any black teacher teaches them. I don't get that.
Well, it's about relatability, again, like I said.
But how, you want to like relate like a soul brother?
Not even in that sense. I would just like, I would like, if we're talking about technology, right? I don't want to hear technology from somebody that knows nothing about technology.
But if it's a teacher, no matter what the color, they already know. That's why they're a teacher. So they know about technology, right?
But I'm saying the relatability aspect of it is not there.
So
So
like,
it's hard to be like cool with your teacher. It's hard to be in
with
terms
a white
of
teacher?
Now, no, not with a white teacher. I'm saying with like the African American history, like a white teacher teaching that
Why
to
is
a
it-
group of black students.
So like, give me an example of being cool with the black, so-called
Okay.
Afro-Americans.
I have a teacher there that me and him are like super cool. Like we texting each other. Well, you good? What you doing today? Type thing. Like we cool, right? It's not even because he's black. He's not even an African American history teacher. He's an English teacher.
Right.
But the fact that he could talk about topics in his personal life or in this academic journey that we are all going through as college students, we can relate to that as black students.
If black students didn't hate white people, would they be able to relate to them then?
They don't. I never said hate. You said hate. I
Right.
didn't say hate.
And that's
I
my
don't
question.
think black students hate white students.
Then why
I mean,
can't
white
they-
teachers, excuse me.
Well, then why can't they relate then? Because that's the only thing that would divide them is their anger or resentment of white teachers and white people.
Just, it's not, they're not into the same things, or they don't understand this. It's a different narrative, I would say that, from a white teacher and their life or whatever they've done and whatever they have to deal with when it comes to finances or societal issues or whatever.
So if a broke black person goes to a white teacher and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Teacher, I'm broke. Can you direct me to the finance department and help me get it? That teacher wouldn't be able to get finance. Would that white teacher relate to that?
That's not relatability, that's direction. All you have to say is, it's right here.
So if the white teacher said, okay, so brother, you African American sister, come on, let me help your sister. Then that's related.
No.
If they said,
That's absolutely not related.
if they said, child, I know how you feel. Come on, let me go down here and help you. Is that related?
No.
That's
just
how do you relate then?
relatability has nothing to do with how they're talking or vernacular or anything.
Well, what's
like that.
relating though? I don't get the relating thing. I
It's-
really don't get the relating thing.
The narrative, the whole narrative is different from an African. It's not now. Now we're not even talking about teachers and students. Now we're talking about people.
Right.
The narrative and what white people have dealt with and what African Americans have dealt with from colonial times to now, totally different. And you can't dispute that. That's facts.
What have you as a black American dealt with that a white person at your school haven't dealt with? At your age, same thing. What have you dealt with that they haven't dealt with?
Well, just with my club, it's harder to get certain things approved. You know, if we want to have an event,
Okay.
it takes a little longer. It takes a little longer. When we try to get, excuse me, money out of our account, it takes a little longer than it would other students. And I tried this. I did a survey, and I asked the STEM club. I went and asked the Alpha Iota club. These are clubs that are predominantly white. How long did it take you to get your money out of your account? 3 days, 2 days? Oh, okay, well, they told us a month or 2. So why is that?
Is that hard? It's like that for Republican clubs on campuses as well. Republican white clubs to get money to sponsor speakers, whereas for white liberal clubs or black liberal clubs, it's not as hard. It's harder for a white Republican club than it is for your club. Is that racism?
No, because you said, well, first of all, we don't even have those types of clubs. We don't have that kind of club.
Right.
A Republican club. They might have that at a 4-year
Right.
USC or something like that. But I definitely wouldn't call that racism.
What would you call that?
I'm sorry, I can't remember what you
You
were
said
saying.
it's
You're
hard for
saying
the
that-
black student union to get money to do function.
Right, and you were
put on
saying
function.
Republican clubs can't do that as well?
It's hard for them too.
Oh, okay.
The same manner, is that racism?
No, I would say that has a, depending on whoever the powers that be that are allowing them to do that, I would say they just may not be Republican.
Right.
Might be Democrat or they might be conservative, whatever it is.
So how did you become president of this Black Student Union? You walking down the road one day and they're like, you know what, Josh, you're the man.
No, it started off I started college in fall of 2016, and they have a club rush, which is just all the clubs are out there in the quad area. This is like the common area, and they're just trying to recruit. So they see one person, they say, hey, you want to come, Black Student Union? One of my good friends, Eric, he's still a good friend. He was the ICC representative at the time. And he called me over, he said, and we just had a conversation at first, just about academics and what's your goal, blah, blah, blah. Then he told me about the Black Student Union. I was very interested, and then I became treasurer of the Black Student Union my first semester, and then right after that, I've been president ever since.
Amazing. Are you in support of a white student union on campus?
There are white student unions, just has different names. That's the Alpha Iota Club. Those are those clubs.
That's a frat house or something, right?
Well, that's at our school.
Yeah.
It's not a frat. I don't even know what the club is, but it's definitely an all-white club.
And are you in support of that? Are you happy to see that?
That's fine with me. They can have white clubs.
And nothing wrong with that. They should have it too.
Yeah, if you would like to have a club where the majority of the students are white, whatever your mission is, I don't know, whatever you are trying to do.
And you're happy about that?
I'm not unhappy with it,
Okay.
but if it's not affecting our club, that's all I'm worried about.
Right. You also belong to something called another group that's called A2 Mend.
Yes.
MEND.
Yes.
And it's about black men. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, phenomenal program that I'm in, and we just started a club there because it's really a program, but then it shifted
Is
over
it for
to a
blacks
club.
only? Black men only?
We have Hispanics in the club.
Is it for white men too?
They can if they want to join, but the goal is African Americans.
Oh, okay.
So
Did you invite the Hispanics to come in, or they came and knocked on the door? Hey, we want to come in.
Well, they were like friends of ours.
Okay.
A few members of our we know them, and they were that club. Okay, well, is it just for black people? Like, no, you can. If you want to join.
Are you friends with any white men there at school?
Absolutely.
And they didn't ask you to join?
No.
Did you invite them to?
No.
Why
I did
not?
Because it's not necessarily for them.
Oh.
If they don't bring it up, I'm not going to bring it up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Same with the Hispanics. I didn't bring it up to the Hispanics. They brought it
And
to
so
my
what's the
attention.
purpose?
What it is these group of African American doctors who are all of our mentors in the club, in the program, excuse me. They all came together and they realized that statistically in the California community college system, African American males are entering community colleges at a low rate, but graduating at an even lower rate. So they wanted to say, well, what is that? How can we fix that and change that demographic? So they started. I think there was like 10 of them in the beginning, and they've been 10 of these doctors, of these African American doctors, and and they've been going strong for about 11 years now, just trying to make African Americans males as professional as they can be, and teach them how to network. That's what A2 Men stands for. It's A2 African American Male Education and Network and Development.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it's all about.
And why are so many black guys dropping out or not going to college?
I would say I'm gonna first tackle the dropping out aspect of it. A few people that we know at the college have dropped out for the purpose of they have families that they need to support, and right now, that's not really conducive to the progression of uplifting their families and
When you
taking care
say
of their
family, they have children?
children, or they might have a mother and father that is elderly.
Oh,
they may
okay.
need to take care of them.
All right.
So they feel that right now, I can't do school. I may need to work right now. I may need to work at a warehouse. I may need to have 2 jobs, like you said, to provide for my family.
And these doctors show them how to get around that, or do they encourage them to go and take care of your family?
No, they try to teach us that whatever obstacle comes your way, you gotta push through. You have to push through.
And is there another reason why there are fewer black men going to college?
I would say really environmental, the product of their environment. If they're not taught that, they're not going to go.
I've noticed that most black men, young and old, are beta males.
Okay.
Have you noticed that? Beta. Beta male,
Okay.
not
I wouldn't 100% dispute that.
Right. And why are they beta males?
Again, product of their environment.
Meaning what?
They weren't taught to be alpha. They're not taught to be alpha, or they might not have alpha men as role models.
Right.
Regardless of it being a black male that's alpha male.
Because most of them are born to single women, right? Only mothers, only no fathers are around in many cases.
In many cases?
Yeah.
Well, that's in every group has that.
But I'm talking about the black beta males.
Interesting video, guys. Wow. You see, what I get from this video is that we shouldn't let the college system or the university system to train our kids the future of tomorrow. We should do that from the home. That's why a two-parent home is always very important, very, very important. So we can, give our kids the right values that when they go out there, even though they're trying to give them some other value, they're going to push back at those woke leftist values. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, okay, and make sure you turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.